to another episode of the Deep Impact Podcast. I'm your host, Bo Walker. I'm joined this evening once again, by Mark and Jason. Um, Mark Carson and Jason Cephas. You happy?
You were going to steal my identity.
You gave me a look because I didn't say your last name this time.
I didn't. I just looked at you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I also think by now they know our names, but
I know it just rolls off the tongue better. You guys' last names.
I prefer to go by my Twitter handle, MCMarkyMark93.
That's not your Twitter handle.
In fact, it is.
I'm not looking it up right now. You know what? I feel like I just realized I haven't asked you guys for a long time. What you drinking?
Oh, we're twinning.
oh, look at that.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
But could be one day. I mean, just throwing that out there. Body Armor, if you're listening, hit us
You
up.
want to
Hit
sponsor
us up.
sponsor the small people in the world.
This would be a dope sponsor right here.
Twisted Tea right there.
Or just Twisted Tea Lights, especially.
Twisted Tea garbage. Twisted Tea Light, fantastic.
That's where it's at. But okay, we're getting back to some sports this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start off with the recent. I don't know how many of you that listen to this are combat sports fans, but I thoroughly enjoyed watching two people beat the living crap out of each other inside of an 8-sided ring. So yeah, we got some. The UFC just had its most recent pay-per-view with the headlining fight, the heavyweight main event title fight, potentially the GOAT, which we will go into later in this episode, where that's going to tie it all in. John Jones versus Cyril Gane. But the prelim fights, prelim fights are prelim fights. They're not on the main card. Had some good ones, unanimous decisions, a couple submissions. The one that I watched the whole fight, the first one, was Ian Gary against Son Kanon from England or from Ireland and from China, respectively. Ian Gary is the up-and-coming fighter. He is 11-0. He trained with Conor McGregor, and after he won by TKO and knockout, Son Kanon's his corner threw in the towel to end the fight. That's how the fight ended. He was just getting the ever-living shit kicked out of him. Ian Gary hit him
last year. That I realized that TKO did not stand for total knockout; it stands for technical.
Technical knockout. Yeah.
I it was like maybe last year, or the year before, the earliest, but
yeah.
I was in my late 20s when I realized that TKO was not total.
But yeah, he was beating him up, and he hit him with the Conor McGregor strut with the arm, the flailing arm.
Was that the? I saw a TikTok video. Conor McGregor was yelling from the sideline.
So
not really a sideline and an octagon, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah. Well, so actually, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. It's a TV show that the UFC has that a lot of the fighters got their start on. Conor McGregor is actually one of the coaches this year, and I can't remember the name of the other coach, but they were both there, and they didn't like each other before. They became friends, and now they don't like each other again. So they're fighting again at the end of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. So that's going to be Conor McGregor's next fight.
He's going to get his butt.
But he is. I mean, he beefed up. He's going up a weight class. He's going up from welterweight to probably light heavyweight to fight.
Yeah. Which isn't going to bode well.
No, it's not. The next fight, Julian Marquez, he got knocked out by Marc-Andre Barriault. Was a good one. Amanda Ribios, unanimous decision to win the women's flyweight match. It's always impressive watching the women flyweights who are the size of my pinky finger. They can go. I don't know if you guys follow UFC and saw the pictures of the two women that started the fight, and then the aftermath of the one woman's face where her forehead was this much wider and stuck out this far from her head. It was swollen that much.
Yeah, And I
It's
mean,
intense.
UFC fighters in general are insane, but
Yeah,
I mean, oh god, I couldn't
yeah.
imagine. Like,
Oh, I absolutely could not do it. I could not do it.
there ain't
Um,
no way.
Bo, I'll UFC fight you right now.
on the Xbox,
No, in real life.
that's okay. I don't know if you understand how fight classes work.
You're about to call me a
Or
fat ass again.
no, I'm not.
I
I
do
was gonna call
understand how weight classes work,
it.
but it has. I'm not
that
going to
would
lay on
that
top
would be an
and you just
that would be
pass
an
out.
unset. You would have a lot more strength behind your punch than I would.
No, I don't know about that. That has nothing to do with your size. It just has to do with strength.
I would
You dance
run.
around a lot better.
I would just run the whole
You
match.
just tire me out.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then I'll just tell you, if you run, you only die tired, Bo.
Exactly. That's good. I didn't think about that.
Jason,
But
you want to duke it out right now?
No,
Let's just go. Well, each person gets one hit,
no.
right to the kisser.
cool. Let's do it. The last fight on the undercard was Trevin Jones, 13-10 bantamweight, going up against the 13-5 Uricksville native from Ohio, right out by Tappan Lake, Cody Garbrandt, who won by unanimous decision. It was 3 rounds. He easily won the first 2 rounds, and then he kind of let off the gas in the third round because he knew that he had it in the bag. He used to be the bantamweight champion, and then he kind of went on a losing streak. But the main card, this dude is tough. He is a former world champion wrestler for Penn State. Bo Nickel. I don't know if you heard of him. He is 4-0. I believe this was his UFC debut. And he has won
Pretty sure.
every fight by submission in the first round, and this was no exception.
UFC has a lot of young, up and coming
They do,
talent,
but they also have some of
and
the
not just
favorites are coming back.
not just like random kids that they,
Mhm.
like these guys are like 17 years old and undefeated. Like,
Yeah. Well,
it's
there's one on there's one on the fight card on the main card for the April 4th pay-per-view that I'm gonna get, that we're all gonna get together and watch and drink and play UFC video games.
it's April 8th, by the way.
Oh, I was looking. It said March 4th, April 8th. There's a dude.
Spelling's pretty close. I see his confusion.
Yeah, shut up. It was he's very young. He's 19 years old. He's
Yeah.
undefeated. I'll find that in a second. Jalen Turner lost by split decision. Rachmanov, the composer, I guess, won by submission. The I actually had every single fight correct on my FanDuel bet except for this next one, and it cost me my bet. Valentina Shevchenko was the favorite going in. She was the champion. She was supposed to retain. Alexa Grasso submitted her in the fourth round. But the real fight that everyone came to see was the return of John Bones Jones. Actually, he stepped up. He went from light heavyweight to heavyweight, and he did not disappoint. And he submitted Cyril Gahn in the first round.
He looked good.
He did. He looked very good. He wasn't as ripped as he was in previous years. Because he did step up a weight class. I mean, we can't expect him to be.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of like rust and awareness, like I mean, he looked like he never left.
Exactly. I mean, he looked very good. That guy's name, Jason, the 18-year-old is Raul Rosas.
Okay.
He is 7-0, and he is on the main card for the next fight on April 8th. But yeah, I mean, John Jones, he came out, he submitted in the first round to win the UFC heavyweight championship. I mean, I'm pretty sure that solidifies him as the greatest fighter of all time in the UFC. I mean, he's won in so many weight classes. He's won championships in, I believe it was 3 different weight classes. The dude is just, he's a beast. I mean, there are also other, I don't see, this is kind of leading us into the next topic here is the term GOAT, greatest of all time, overused? Because in my opinion, there are a couple other fighters that could be the greatest of all time in the UFC. I mean, you've got John Jones. You can make an argument that John Jones is the greatest of all time in the UFC.
Yeah,
But you also have.
I think, kind of talking about like is the term GOAT, greatest of all time, overused? I mean, when I was like really big into UFC, I was a massive Chuck Liddell fan. Like,
oh yeah,
huge. So I would consider him the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he's definitely in contention.
George St. Pierre, right there too.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say him and Stipe.
Yeah,
Stipe Miocic.
Yeah. So, do we want to get into that?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. We can hop right into the conversation if the term "greatest of all time" is being overused in sports.
I think it is.
I can agree with that. Absolutely.
I think it 100% is.
You know, I argue that it's not, only because I think we're living in like one of the greatest sports eras ever in all of sport, not just individual sports. You know, like a lot of people say they grew up in, if you got to see like Gretzky and Lemieux play, people are like, well, that was the golden era of hockey. However, now we're watching Crosby, Malkin, Ovechkin, McDavid, or oh my God,
Matthews.
Yeah, Austin Matthews. Mitch Marner was.
Even I knew who you were talking about there.
Well, Mitch Marner was stuck in my head and I couldn't get it. But you look at basketball. People are like, well, we grew up watching Kobe and Jordan and Shaq. But then now you've got LeBron James, you got Steph Curry.
Okay,
I think
I think I have a solution to this. Instead of calling someone the greatest of all time from past years, like past eras, they're the greatest of their time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think that's fair.
Like the big debate. Okay, the biggest debate in the greatest of all time is 100% without a doubt LeBron James versus Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Michael Jordan has 6 championships. LeBron has 2. One with the Lakers, one with. Yes. No, he might have 4.
Well, he won a couple. He either won 1 or 2 with won 1 with Cleveland and 1 with LA. So he's got at least 3.
Yeah, I think he's got.
He has 4. Sorry, 2012, 2013 with the Heat, 2016 with the Cavs, and 2020 with the Lakers.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jordan has 4 or 6, but LeBron also has the scoring.
LeBron's been to the most,
and
LeBron has been.
I think that's where people get lost in it a little bit. Is we really do tend to focus on how many championships a certain guy has. Like,
exactly, yeah.
A lot of people consider Bill Russell to be the GOAT because he's got 11 championships. Like,
yeah. But you look at stat lines of Bill Russell is no. I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you, Jay. I mean, it's all championships to a lot of people.
And I think, in my mind at least, is the NBA the one who uses that term the most?
I think.
Because, like, I feel like you hardly hear it in baseball.
Yeah.
Like, hardly ever.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure with baseball, it's unanimous that it's Babe Ruth.
Well, he was one of the only, because he was, correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, I'm not a huge baseball fan, you guys know that. I mean, Babe Ruth was a pitcher as well, correct? He did pitch.
Yeah, Babe Ruth did everything.
That's what I'm saying. So, to me, that's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani is the Babe Ruth of this era.
Yeah, I mean, it's someone who can do it all. And if we're speaking of the NBA, can LeBron do it all? I'd say there are many people who are better on defense than LeBron. Now I'm going to say offensively, LeBron, maybe not so much now, but in recent history, LeBron's been the best offensive player. I think.
I will say he is a lot better defensively than people think.
Oh, I mean, I'm not by any stretch saying LeBron sucks on defense, but
no, I mean he made the chase down block pretty much famous. I mean he ran him down, he blocked him. I mean he's got a lot of blocks. He doesn't have as many steals or stuff forcing turnovers, as Jordan did. But I mean
think
he's
the
right up there with
NBA
assists.
is really the only place. I think the NBA really is the only place that the term greatest of all time really can apply because, you look at any other. I mean, the NHL, I think greatest of all time can apply to because other than goalies in the NHL, every player on the ice and every player on the court in basketball pretty much plays all offense and defense all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you look at, baseball, you can have the greatest of all time as a pitcher or an outfielder or an infielder.
Well, no, those. I mean, baseball players, they play both sides. You're playing defense in the field and you're batting, playing offense. I mean, unless you're unless your position is just the designated hitter. You know what I mean?
But I guess, but you're not like Ohtani. Ohtani, I would argue, is going to be considered one of the greatest players of baseball of all time.
I mean if he keeps it up as he's going, yes, absolutely.
And he gets out of Los Angeles.
Yes, that's the big thing.
Sorry, but he ain't running with the Angels anytime soon.
Yeah, if he leaves the Angels, if he goes to the Dodgers, then he's going to be lights out.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, he's being wasted with the Angels.
Oh, not just
how you have not even made the playoffs with him yet.
And he's going to be in his third year. Think about Mike Trout.
I know. I'm a huge Mike Trout fan. One of my favorite players of all time.
Exactly.
I feel so bad for the dude.
He's one of the best players in the history of MLB.
Yeah.
Hitting wise, fielding wise, the dude has an absolute cannon. He can cover a shit ton of ground like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a fantastic baseball player.
But see, what you said about Mike Trout,
terrible team.
What you said about Mike Trout kind of pinpoints what I mean about GOAT being used as a universal term. Because, again, I think it needs to apply that you can do everything on your field, your pitch, your ice, the court, whatever. And Mike Trout's not a pitcher. So you can't consider him the greatest of all time because he's not a pitcher. Just like Ohtani.
Okay,
Ohtani doesn't play.
Consider him.
Ohtani doesn't play infield or outfield. I know he's a pitcher, but he doesn't.
No, he does. False. He does. He does play the outfield when he's not pitching.
Okay, so he could be in that discussion at some point.
Exactly.
But that's my point. You take Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole is a pitcher, and he's a okay hitter. So you're not going to consider.
Good job. You knew who Garrett Cole is. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank you. I can name a few.
Who's he play for?
I don't know. He's like on his 9th team. I don't know.
No, actually, he's not.
Oh, he's at the same place?
Yeah.
Oh man, I really don't know.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on.
No idea.
Yankees.
Well, he's Yankees.
Who does your wife hate? Yeah, it's the Yankees.
I really couldn't tell. I couldn't. If you'd asked me who Ohtani played for, I'd have been like, I don't know. He wears red. I know that.
Who does Ohtani play for?
You just said he plays for the Angels, so that's
okay.
I know that. But
I was really hoping you'd get that wrong.
I was hoping he would get it wrong.
But
Mark, who does Andrew McCutchen play for?
Yankees. No, I'm kidding. The Pirates.
No, he did.
He did play for the Yankees.
He did play for the Yankees.
He also played for the Padres, right?
No, not the Padres. He played for the Phillies.
Well, I got the P right.
Yankees, Phillies, and the Brewers.
That's Jason.
The Giants.
Oh, that's right. He did play for San Francisco. Yeah.
He's been around.
But you look at
he's been around since he left Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You can't. I wouldn't even say you could use it for football. Everybody considers Tom Brady the greatest of all time. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, and that's not an argument. There is no arguing. Tom Brady is not the greatest running back, so he can't be considered the greatest of all time.
No, I feel like when it comes to football, it's you've got the greatest of all time at a position.
Yeah.
For football, Tom Brady is without a doubt, unquestioned, the greatest of all time quarterback in the NFL history.
Yep.
The only person that I think has a chance of rivaling that, and his career is very short, is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that now.
But the question is is he going to have the longevity that Tom Brady
But
had?
my
I mean,
question
look.
to you is why do you put Patrick Mahomes in that category? Is it because he has 2 Super Bowls?
I mean, he has 2 Super Bowls so quickly, but look at what he's done. Look at
But
his
but
stats.
again,
I mean,
I think you're using championships as a deciding factor here because Aaron Rodgers is going to be considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but he only has 1 Super Bowl. So I feel like
yeah,
people die down on that talk.
no,
But
I mean stats
he's a four-time NFL MVP, and the dude's still
exactly.
playing
Yeah,
at a pretty high level. He had an
and
off
and
year,
I
and he's
think
allowed to in his older age. I mean, he's going to the Jets now, which breaks my heart, but
I think MVPs. Did I say MVP? MVPs has a
um,
lot to do with it. Most Valuable Player Awards. They have a lot to do with greatest of all time considerations.
well, Tom
Now,
Brady's only won that what, twice?
2 or 3 times, yes.
Well, I don't think he's won it 3 because I think he might have won it 3, but I'm pretty sure Brady and Manning are the only 4-time, right? I'm sorry, Manning and Rodgers are the only 4-time.
I believe so. I'm looking up Tom Brady's Wikipedia right now. I know it's Wikipedia, but it'll have all of his stats. 3-time NFL Most Valuable Player, 2007, 10, and 17. 7-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time NFL MVP, 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Comeback Player of the Year. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. I'm not reading
I mean,
it.
he's had an illustrious career, obviously,
I mean,
and there's
most
talk that he's
career
not even
quarterback wins,
retiring.
passing. Like, yeah,
Well,
So
there's talks of him coming back and
yeah,
playing for
I
Miami.
well,
Did you
okay
see his tweet? His response? He said, "For those
about
of
the
you ask or saying that I'm coming back, must have never adopted a 2-month-old kitten for your
yeah.
daughter." He's not coming back. He's done.
So
He's a streamer now.
so you just said something that I don't think gets talked enough when we talk about the greatest of all time, and that's championship MVPs.
Yeah.
I think that is more impressive than the regular season MVP play. I think to
Yeah, because you
to
are
be
the best.
considered the greatest of all time, you need to be able to play in the biggest of moments on the
You
grandest
were
of stages.
you are the best
And
player in the biggest game in your sport.
yeah, and
I agree.
you said Brady's got what? How many?
5 out of 7.
Yeah, so I think that alone
how
to
many's he been
me,
to? 10.
Oh, he lost to the Giants.
He's lost to the
To
Giants either 2 or 3 times.
twice.
he's lost to the Giants. Did he lose to the Chiefs?
No, yes,
Yeah,
he did.
Tom Brady Super Bowl appearances. Here we go.
I think he's
Has
been to
won
10.
7 Super Bowls. Has played in 10 and won 7. So he's 7 for 3.
He's 70%.
He's 70%.
Yeah.
I mean he's no Sidney Crosby, but I mean that dude's
Let's move on because it's pretty much guaranteed. It's unanimous that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. And when it
Yeah.
comes to NFL, there are too many wide receivers to count.
I
Who
think
could be the
I
GOAT.
think we'll do this. We'll move on from the GOAT conversation, but in 2 weeks when we revisit Deep Impact again, I think
Yeah.
a good conversation would be who do we consider the greatest of all time at positions. So we can go
Okay. Yeah. We can do that.
that's a discussion in itself. So I think
Yeah.
that'll
Absolutely.
be a good
Shit.
conversation. We could go on for a while.
That's an hour and a half conversation in and
That's
of
what I'm saying.
itself.
So I think that's a good one for in a couple of weeks to move on
Yeah.
from the
I
GOAT
agree.
conversation. But I think we all
Yeah.
agree it's kind of an overused term.
Yeah. Hockey, real quick. We can go to hockey real quick. Because you guys know more hockey than I do. In your opinion, who is the greatest hockey player of all time?
I and it's gonna come. I think as a Penguins fan, as a Penguins fan, I think I'm biased to Lemieux.
Yeah, I
However,
agree.
I think just because of again what he did in a short time, he was in the league for a while, but I think what he did while he was there, I'm going with Gretzky.
Yeah, I mean those are 1A and 1B when it comes to
Jason's about to drop
conversations.
some bull crap like Maurice the Rocket Rashad or something.
no.
Rashad.
Bobby Orr.
I said Rashad instead of Richard, but hey, it's
He's
whatever.
gonna say Bobby Orr.
Nope. I'm gonna read you guys a little poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. Gretzky was not as good as Lemieux.
All right, there we have it. All right. All right.
I mean, Gretzky didn't get cancer and then come back.
Yes.
Okay, we're not putting that as why Mario Lemieux is better.
I mean, that's a pretty good reason why the guy is a lot better.
That's the thing. Like, Mario missed so much time. Like, his career was cut so short. Like, the back injuries and
I think Lemieux
missing however many seasons. Like, if he plays about the same, I don't even think Mario Lemieux played 1,000 games in the NHL. Like,
here's my thing though. Neither of them has the longevity as Yammer Yager.
Oh, heck.
Right?
No one does.
Yeah.
The Penguins were his first team, correct?
Yeah. They drafted him.
Bring him back, retire him as a Penguin, retire the number.
They're for sure. Well, they are retiring his number. Yeah, I mean, they're for sure going to do that.
He's got to retire first.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's
exactly. That's the thing. Well, like how the NFL does, how the NBA to bring him back for a 1-year contract, give him a farewell tour in his city, let him retire.
Oh, see, I don't think they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it unless the Penguins have committed to sucking for a season, which in the very near future they may need to do so. Then I don't think they're going to do that. But if they're going to commit to suck and they want to sell tickets, that's a really, really, really good way to sell tickets is bring Yager back for a farewell.
Could you imagine Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Yammer Yager on a team together? Jesus Christ. Jason just got hard.
Did he play with any of those guys?
No.
No.
Even I knew that.
Look, this year's Penguins team is the oldest team in NHL history, so I'd like to not see Yager.
Bro, he just brought back 62-year-old Nick Bonino, so...
You bring Yammer Yager back, you're adding at least 50 years to that median age.
I mean, we are legitimately the retirement home of the freaking NHL right now. Good job, Ron Hextall. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Okay, hey Jason, real quick before we move off of this GOAT conversation, I have a question mainly just for you because I know Mark doesn't really know.
Okay.
Right there. Who's the GOAT? WWE.
Stone Cold.
Okay, that's a very good guess. I am taking John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena.
No.
Man, there's so many. Like
16-time world champion.
There's so many that you could pick for WWE.
It's Steve Austin. You don't know why.
Listen, hold on. Mark has a very good point. I'm just going to say
Steve Austin. Do you want to know why?
Because Stone Cold
said so.
That was good. But no, Stone Cold Steve Austin still has the highest selling merchandise of all time. Like, he is still the top in WWE. And he hasn't been there for how many years?
Yeah. I'm like, man. I mean, WWE, in terms of the GOAT, I mean, you could start getting into NBA territory with how many times that term is thrown around in there. I mean, go back all the way and Bruno Sammartino and Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, like arguably, Hulk Hogan, if Hulkamania never happens, WWE is most likely not even a thing. So, I mean, you can throw that into consideration. Like,
you could also include Shawn Michaels. You could include Triple H. A lot of people say Shawn Michaels is the greatest of all time.
Roman Reigns.
I think
when it comes to performances, Shawn Michaels 100%. He is the bar for matches.
Shawn Michaels
Stone Cold is the bar for moments.
Yes, Shawn Michaels in terms of in-ring performances,
bar none.
And he's up there with
Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's up there.
How the fuck are we?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker,
completely forgot about Taker.
One of my favorite WrestleMania match of all time: Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. Mark, if you have not watched that match, Jason,
he's not.
Go load up Peacock. Mark, I swear to God, it will turn you into a wrestling fan.
I don't know about
They put
I don't
on
hate wrestling.
They put on a 45-minute clinic Okay, hey,
The
I
Royal
know we're
Rumble
getting
is turning me into a WrestleMania or into a
okay.
WWE fan. But
Well, speaking of WrestleMania, it's April 1st and April 2nd this year. I'll get a brisket.
all right,
All right. Okay. So, all right, we're moving off of the GOAT conversation. The last thing we have tonight, boys, is the draft.
you.
All right. So tonight we are drafting the best stadiums, arenas, whatever have you.
Venues.
Best venues to watch sports. So,
Buffalo Wild Wings.
you know what? That's not a bad choice. In all honesty, I mean,
You might have. Yeah, you.
I found
Mark
the
broke the
loophole.
system. So we're doing one from each of the major four. So baseball, basketball, hockey, and football. I put those in a very weird order for an American. I don't know why. And then the fifth option is miscellaneous. So it could be, soccer. You could do if you want to pick cricket, pick cricket. I don't care. But these are throughout the world. So more than likely, your miscellaneous is going to be your world one if you are choosing a world one. Jason is writing down the draft.
No particular order, right? It's a no holds barred draft order, correct?
What do you mean?
We're not all picking baseball and then football and basketball.
I mean, we could do that because I mean,
nope, just random. Go, just go for it. Ball's game.
All right. Well, draft order is Jason, me, Mark. Jason, me, and then Mark. Jason, snake draft as always. Get it going.
All right. So my first pick in the sports venue draft, I will be taking from baseball, Fenway Park.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I am also taking with baseball PNC Park.
Not where I thought you were going with that, but
where'd you think I was going to go with baseball other than PNC Park? The most beautiful backdrop to any baseball stadium?
It is. I based mine.
Don't get me wrong. Fenway is
mine a lot on history.
I was going to say Fenway's very historic.
That's my thing. I based mine a lot on history. So, like for me,
okay.
Fenway,
I was going to say there are two very historic parks that if you're picking baseball, you're picking one of those two.
Well, I'm not. I'm not going to pick one of the. But since you all picked baseball, I'll start with baseball, and I'm going with Kauffman Stadium,
Kansas City. Very nice.
Kansas City plays. It's a beautiful stadium. Backdrop's also nice behind you in the seats. You got GEHA where the Chiefs play.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome stadium. Got to go. Their beer garden is spectacular. And then it's not really a shocker. What I'm going to pick is number 2. It was my actual number 1 pick, but I decided to keep with the trend of baseball.
Soldier Field.
I'll kill you. It's Lambeau Field, where only the greatest football team of all time, the 13th
always
time,
loses in the NFC Championship.
The 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers
lose in the NFC Championship.
Hey, listen, I look forward to 2 things every year: taxes and the Green Bay Packers losing in the NFC Championship. So that's great.
Well, hey, maybe you won't even make it this year if Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers saw his shadow after his retreat, so that just means 12 more months and no Super Bowls. So it's fine.
Okay, Mark. Before we move on from Aaron Rodgers, how was his darkness retreat any different than a convict in jail in solitary confinement?
I'm not really sure. I don't know why he just didn't go to jail. I don't.
He was locked. He was locked in a dark room, pitch black, and he was fed his food through a freaking hole in the door.
He wasn't locked in.
He was locked.
No, he could leave.
I mean, he was locked in there with his thoughts. Okay,
he was,
and that's why he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the Jets." Oh.
It actually sounds like a wonderful retreat away from.
No, it does not.
It does.
It does not. I would rather do ayahuasca in the freaking jungles of South America than be
which
locked
he's
in
also done.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Aaron Rodgers. Okay, it's back to me. Okay,
Lambeau Field. Bo.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna go with NBA. I'm gonna go historic here. I gotta take Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I mean,
the world's most famous arena.
It had to be done. I'm sorry.
I mean,
there's really only like 3 basketball stadiums that are worth being chosen in this draft. and that is one of them.
And you also got to think a lot of NBA arenas are shared with NHL teams.
NHL,
so,
yes.
You kind of run into that a little bit too. But
so real quick, are we gonna? Since I took Madison Square Garden off the plate, could you use Madison Square Garden for NHL since the Rangers?
Nope, you covered that in our.
Okay, that's
chat.
I didn't think about shared
MSG
arenas,
is off the board.
Okay, I didn't think about shared, so we're good. Okay,
MSG is off the board.
Sorry,
my
guys.
number 2 pick, home of the 24-time Stanley Cup champions, Les Montreal Canadiens, the Bell Center in Montreal, hockey's mecca. That place is, oh my God, I would love to. I'm gonna go there one day. It's on my bucket list. You look up, you see all the banners hanging from above. You as soon as you walk in and you get punched in the face with history. It's amazing.
Also a very good venue that the UFC uses as one of their pay-per-view venues.
Yes.
Bell Center. Yes.
Yes. Good crowds in Montreal too.
Oh, very good crowds in Montreal. Very raucous.
My miscellaneous, the Rose Bowl.
Okay. That's a good one. Pasadena, California. Very good choice. I enjoy that pick, Jason. Okay. I'm going to go... I didn't write it. Did you guys make lists? Did you actually write these down?
He did. I did not.
I always do.
Okay. I'm going NFL.
Just pick it. It's okay. Just pick it.
I'm not picking it.
Okay.
I don't know what you think I'm picking, but I'm not picking Heinz Field.
Okay.
You mean Acrisure?
It's Heinz Field, Jason.
It's Acrisure. Heinz Field is a historic stadium.
It is fucking Heinz Field.
Acrisure.
I am going with
official insurance.
SoFi. I'm going to go with SoFi Stadium. Okay. Beautiful stadium. Very high tech. State of the art. That's my pick.
All right. Well, for the NBA, I'm going to go with TD Garden.
Yep. That was one of the other ones. Yep. Jason, there's really only one left. There's really one left.
I am picking based off places I have like watched games in, not necessarily personally, but like actually seen a game. So I got to go with my miscellaneous here, which is going to be the shoe, the horseshoe, where the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Give me for the NHL. I'm saving my miscellaneous for last.
Okay. I feel like I know what you're picking for your miscellaneous.
Do you?
I feel like I got a pretty decent idea. Okay. I don't know the name of the stadium, but if you tell me who plays there once we get there, I'll tell you if I was right.
Okay. So for my NHL, the only NHL stadium I've ever been to, I gotta go PPG Paints Arena. Okay. I mean, been there for a couple hockey games. It's always a great time. Concerts. I mean, I was on the floor for the Foo Fighters concert there. You know, I just feel like it's a great stadium venue all the way around. I'm going to see Brooks and Dunn there this summer with one of the other two people in this podcast. It's gonna be a good time. We're going
music, so.
Well, neither does Mark's wife, but
that's why she's gonna wear a shirt that says "I'm just here for the beer."
Yep, we're gonna boot, scoot, and boogie to some Neon Moon. That's 2 references in one, baby.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this shit.
I'm gonna take the red dirt road with my Maria.
God, that was good too.
That was
I'm pumped for country concert season.
Boom, Jason. You got
I got
NBA,
and NFL.
And you got to take them right now. Jason, look at me. Jason, I want you to look up and look at me. If you don't take this one for the NBA, I'm going to be so disappointed in you.
I feel like he can't take it.
Why can't he take it?
I mean, if we're thinking of the same place, I can't, in good conscience,
then
pick that place. Yeah. As a Celtics fan, but
that is the one. That is the only other option for basketball arenas.
Yeah, 100% is.
What is it? Because everybody's picked NBA.
It's the Staples Center. It's the Staples Center.
Staples Center.
Home of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Crypto.com arena, whatever it is now.
Home of the LA Lakers.
As a Celtics fan, I cannot pick the home of the Lakers. Can't do it. Will not do it.
You're taking Quicken Loans Arena.
No, give me United Center, Chicago.
All right,
that's an underrated. The Madhouse on Madison.
That's an underrated one.
Yeah, that's a yeah. And
that was a good one.
At the NFL.
Oh God.
Jason's favorite league.
Give me Levi Stadium.
Jason, who plays in Levi Stadium?
Huh?
Who plays in Levi Stadium?
49ers.
Okay.
The only reason why I know that is because the NHL played an outdoor game there.
Okay. Quick little trivia, Jason. What was the stadium that the 49ers used to have before they got Levi?
Couldn't tell you.
Candlestick Park.
Mark, who was the first concert in Candlestick Park?
Foo Fighters.
No.
Not a clue.
The Beatles.
I was going to say the Beatles.
Who was the last concert in Candlestick Park?
Foo Fighters.
Sir Paul McCartney.
That's I was gonna say the Beatles as a joke, and I'd have been one.
But no, it was you 1/4. You would have been a quarter right. Yeah.
John Paul, George Ringo.
Oh yeah, two of them are dead.
3.
2.
Okay.
One of us is right. Ringo and Paul are still alive.
Is Ringo still alive? I thought he died last year.
No, Ringo's still alive. He's still making music, actually.
All right.
Okay. My miscellaneous. What do you think I was writing? What do you think I was saying? Just tell me.
I don't know the name of the park. Here, I'm going to write it down.
I'm very curious.
That's not how you spell it, but I know what I want. Okay, so that's where I think. But that's the team. So go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I'm going to Death Valley, calling Baton Rouge, the LSU Tigers.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's so. My original miscellaneous one was going to be the shoe, but
hold on. Let's let Mark finish his last pick, and then because I have some honorable mentions.
I thought you finished. Sorry.
I gotta pick the NHL.
You do.
I was gonna pick MSG, but Bo has taken that for the NBA.
Sorry, buddy.
So, and I can't take what I think was the best stadium because it is in rubble.
Detroit?
Yeah. Joe Louis. That's what I would have picked.
Joe Louis, that's right. Yeah, I forgot they tore it down.
Darn. You took PPG, so that was another good one. You know what? I'm going with the Taj Mahal. Going with Nationwide Arena or the Blue Jackets.
Okay. Where they just blew a 4-goal lead last night.
That's whatever. They have a cannon, which is pretty dope.
Look, here's the thing though. Columbus is supposed to be bad. Pittsburgh had zero rights being down 4-0 to the worst team in the freaking NHL.
Okay. All right.
Do better, Ron.
Honorable mentions. Mark, what did you think I was going to write for my miscellaneous?
Oh, wherever the Tottenham Hotspurs play.
Oh, that's a good one. Shit, what's the name of their park?
Not a clue. Honorable mention. I'm only for my honorable mentions. I'm not going with stadiums that I've seen on TV. I'm only going with stadiums I've been to. Honorable mentions. I don't even know what it's called now.
Oh, it's just Tottenham Hotspur
Stadium. Yeah, where the Guardians play. Beautiful stadium. That's an honorable mention for me.
Never been there.
The new Crew Stadium, also a beautiful stadium. And I'll tell you what, for a guy who really does not enjoy watching soccer, either be in person or on TV, the energy at Crew Stadium is nuts.
I can't. I so bad want to go to a game at the Crew Stadium.
Hey, Matt, my brother Matt.
Yeah, hook us
up because I know he listens to this podcast. So
yeah, hook me up.
Me and Bo, Crew game, Red Bulls. Thanks.
Oh, that'd be a fire game. Or Austin FC. That'd be a good.
I'm down. I'll go see Austin FC.
But anyhow, I had Camp Nou, which is Barcelona Stadium. The Big House, the biggest stadium in the United States.
Yeah, that's definitely an
that's
honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have
Happy
to
Valley on
Happy
at
Valley.
night during a whiteout.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
On my original
or
list,
Death Valley for Clemson, for the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah.
Bryant Denny Stadium when they play Dixieland Delight. That's a good one.
Another honorable mention.
Kyle Field, is that it for Texas A&M?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a good
Another
one.
honorable mention. Not recently, but when we were in college, the ASRC when it was rocking, when it was Jesuit and West Lib, dude.
Jesuit,
dude. That I've been to a lot of games, and I'll be honest, Jesuit West Lib game at the ASRC.
Dude.
That's not the loudest, but that's some of the loudest stadium I've been in.
My last year at West Liberty, the campus police, Wheeling PD, Ohio County Sheriff's Department, and State Highway Patrol were there.
The state police for West Virginia.
State police, yes. It was intense.
Yeah. West Liberty and Wheeling, it's now Wheeling University, are not much further apart than Duke UNC. So
no, they are closer.
Well, that's why I said, oh, they're closer. Okay.
They're closer.
Yeah. And so, it's fun. What are you laughing at
It's like 10 miles.
I'm just going to make a really dumb joke, but I'm not going to.
What, fuck it, it's Toronto?
Nope.
Oh.
Say it. Nope.
Just say it.
Jason, say it. Jason, you can cut it out if we don't laugh.
Yeah, okay, that's true. So you were talking about West Lib and Jesuit, and you were like, it was intense. And the first thing that popped into my head was, I thought it was in the ASRC.
I hate you.
All right. I mean, my honorable mentions. A lot of my honorable mentions were already taken in this draft, so that's unfortunate.
This is a good draft. This is a good one.
Wrigley Field. No one said Wrigley Field. The Ivy and all that.
Yeah.
Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, home of the Kraken. Beautiful arena. Notre Dame Stadium. Shout out Kyle. But Notre Dame Stadium.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. And I know it's no longer standing, but I gotta give it its due. The Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, Mellon Arena, whatever you want to call it.
R.I.P.
That place will forever hold a beautiful, beautiful spot in my heart. I miss it so much to this day. And shout out West Banco Arena as well, because, why not?
It's
my second home pretty much. So,
well,
I only had one other one for baseball. Wrigley Field's a good one. Coors Field. Yeah. Coors Field is a good looking field. Also, you know what? I forgot the name of it until right now. Oracle Park, or Oracle Field.
Yeah.
The San Francisco Giants. You hit a home run over the right field fence. It's going in the bay, in the San Francisco Bay. That's pretty special.
Two more from the MLB that I just thought of. Camden Yards.
Oh yes,
Camden Yards.
These are old.
And the Orioles.
No, they're current.
Camden Yards is current.
They're current. Yeah, for the Orioles. Yeah.
Camden Yards and Dodger Stadium.
See, I wouldn't put Dodger Stadium in there. I would put Minute Maid over Dodger Stadium.
Really? See, I'd put
with a big wall on left field with a train on the top.
But like I said, I look at history. Like I like that, and like I mean, it doesn't get any more historic than Dodger Stadium.
That's true. One stadium that I wish was still around, that they still were able to play games in. You can play it on MLB The Show 2021, 2022, whatever. Is the Polo Grounds in New York?
Yeah,
that stadium. You have to crush the ball to hit a home run at center field.
Yeah.
Left and right field are like 215.
Yeah.
Center field is like 590. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it would be awesome. I mean, they called it the bathtub because it was the field down here, and then it was like all the way around. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Old school baseball. I mean, the stadiums are kind of like how it looked like how Wrigley looks now. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, Wrigley is a baseball stadium out of the 1800s.
Yeah. But hey, that's part of its charm.
Exactly.
Same thing with Fenway.
Fenway.
You got the monster, and
I was thinking new or old Yankee Stadium, but they just rebuilt the new Yankee Stadium, so it kind of took away from it.
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium was very historic until they decided, oh, we need a new stadium.
Yeah. Another good one.
What?
Sky Dome in Toronto.
Oh.
I really like that one. I really do. I really like Sky Dome.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think it's, what is it, like Rogers Park?
Yeah, Rogers Center. The Rogers Center.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna drop.
I really like that.
I'm gonna drop one more arena on you guys, and then we're gonna go. It has nothing to do with football, any of the major four. It has to do with what we started this podcast with: the UFC, the mecca of combat sports fighting, the MGM.
Yeah.
That in Las Vegas on the Strip, that place gets very raucous, very rowdy.
Yeah, good shout. I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah, MGM. That's a good one. Speaking of Las Vegas, we're going to have an F1 Grand Prix there in November.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, we'll have to look forward to that. Mark, give us updates on that. But before we end the podcast, Jason, are you ready tonight? Can I pass it over to you where they can find us? Were you ready? He wasn't ready. Son of a bitch, Jason. You've been ready the last 3 weeks, and I haven't given it to you. I'm disappointed. I'm a little
disappointed
sad.
in myself.
You know what? I'm so sad. My cat's even sad. Look at her.
Hello, Ray Dunn.
Mark said hi.
All right, go for it again. I'm ready now.
You want down? She wants down. Jason.
Bo just threw his cat across the
I didn't. She's sitting right here. All right. So before we sign off, Jason, where can they find us?
You can find us on our Linktree. Click the Linktree link in our bios on our social medias, and you will find our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can listen to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, and Anchor, and you can watch videos like this and others like it on our other podcast, The Ignorant Skeptics. And when you do watch a video on YouTube, click the like button and hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss a new upload.
It's very faint.
Yeah,
but it's got a very good ring.
Just a little flip.
Very good ring.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest with you. We heard more of you hitting your mic than we did the thing, so.
I wasn't even hitting the mic. I'm hitting this. It's a divot tool. It's a divot tool.
All right, pating.
Okay, yeah, pating. All right, we'll see you guys same time, same place next week. 2 weeks.